Look at those eyeballs. Those eyeballs are red. What the heck? It's because I just showered. Come on. Rocking and rolling. Day 12, baby. It's a Tuesday, and we are live from the cockpit of the Sequoia, which is a wonderful place to be. And thanks for asking. Back to school night was great. It's wonderful meeting parents and seeing the humans that raised you guys to be the humans that you are in my class. And it's a crazy thing that adults are just big kids. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe I am just a big kid. But when you're a kid, you just think adults have it all figured out. You think adults are confident and secure and they don't worry like we do, and our parents will never know. All right, well, that makes at least one adult that doesn't feel that way. I think imposter syndrome is like a real thing of growing up. You're like, wait, I'm a teacher, I'm a dad, I'm a husband, what am I doing? I'm figuring it out today just like I figured it out yesterday. And shnikes, what a day. Okay, sun's in my eyes. I've got two choices. One, I could complain that the sun's in my eyes and I could spend the next 11 minutes complaining that the sun's in my eyes. Or I can celebrate the fact that the sun is in my eyes because my eyes can see, because I'm in a vehicle protected by the environment. I'm chilling in a seat doing what I'm doing. I get to steer this ship all the way to my classroom. What in the world? So, I want to talk about your attitude today and all the intricacies of your attitude. And since I've never had a bad attitude, I guess I just don't get why anybody would. That's a joke, because hey, I've felt, I think, every emotion, hopefully, maybe not hopefully, but I think your attitude affects almost everything in your world. You've heard this slogan, attitude is everything. Yeah, but it's really hard to have an awesome, positive, upbeat attitude when everything's just going against you. Kind of like in surfing, you're paddling out and you're trying to get out past the waves, but you just keep getting crushed by the waves, and you can't get it. Like, yeah, it's hard to be like, hey man, you got to have a positive attitude about that. But I think the answer is you do, because the alternative is to say, hey man, you should have a terrible time doing that, because I don't know about you, I didn't grow up next to the beach, but once you finally get out past the waves, you're glad you did it. I've never met someone that finally got out there and was like, man, I should have given up. I should have just gone back to shore. And so, you're not surfing right now, and that's fine. But you are in the ocean of life, and those waves are crashing against you like metaphorically, you know what I'm saying? And it's hard when you are searching for a job, when you're trying to move out of your house, when you're going through a breakup, when you're stuck in a weird relationship, when you are single and don't want to be, when your friends are being funky. It's hard to develop that positive attitude. But Chris Williamson said it, not me. It was on his podcast. But the best superpower you can have on this planet is having a positive attitude when there's no good reason on the planet for you to have a positive attitude. And I have seen firsthand some of the poorest people. I've gone to an orphanage down in Tijuana. These kids are all by themselves. They are in this house together, and the takeaway from that trip was, holy cow, these kids are happier than I am because they have each other. They celebrate the fact that they do have one another. They sing songs every day together. They eat meals together. They are celebrating what they have, and their attitude towards life is not a poor me, wah, I've been given this tough hand. It's thank you, God, for these struggles. I am going to power through them. You brought me here, and whatever I'm supposed to learn, however I'm supposed to grow, bring it on. Welcoming the challenge kind of takes away the toughness of it. And it gives you the mental insight to be like, hey, I could do anything. If you have a bad attitude right now, I'd like sometimes when I wake up from a dream and like my arms are gone, or my kids are gone, or my friends are gone, or you know what I mean? Like you have those dreams and you wake up and you're like, oh my gosh, I am so thankful and grateful that I have my arms and my eyeballs and my friends and my family. So the lesson, I think, is to just never stop celebrating what you do have. And if you lost your eyeballs and your legs and your arms and your friends and your family in real life, I think you should celebrate the fact that you still have your ears. And I want to be a human that models that type of behavior. I hope that I never find myself in that predicament. But if I do, I hope that I would have the mindset of, you know what? It could definitely be worse, because with 8 billion people on this planet, I'm one silly little human of that. I know that I have it better than a lot of humans on this planet. And for me to just sit around and complain, have a bad attitude that poor me, my hair is not as thick as his hair, I'm not as strong as that person right there, my car doesn't look as cool as that one. Instead, I just want to celebrate the fact that I have a car. And the mindset shifts when you say you get to go to school. You get to ride that bus that's hot in our Bakersfield weather. You get to eat the meal that the school provides you. You get to sit in my class and listen to me harp on you guys. You get where I'm going. When you say that you get to wake up early and work out, it changes your mindset. And again, having an 89-year-old grandpa that wishes he could wake up and go on a run and work out is all the fuel I need to say, you know what? I have zero excuses. If I woke up without legs, I would give everything on this planet to go for a run. This morning I woke up with my legs. I went for a run and I got a little workout in, and I'm doing it selfishly for me, but I'm using all the motivation in the world to keep me consistent and keep me doing those things. And that little positive attitude that I think is one of my superpowers, I inherited it from my mom. Sure, I've found myself in a bad mood. What do? You don't just sit there and sulk. Jimmy Buffett says, Changes in latitude, changes in attitude. I don't know, something like that. Changes in latitude. Latitude, like a ladder. You move yourself up and down the ladder. The ladder is on the globe, you know, move. Hey, sure, if you're in a bad attitude, you can move around. I think you can go for a walk or run or play with a dog or, again, call up a buddy. When you have a bad attitude, it's a good thing to check yourself and be like, do I have a legit reason to be in a bad attitude? I shouldn't be able to choose your attitude. I can throw a can of yogurt at you, but you can't control me. But I shouldn't be able to control your attitude. You don't want to have a bad attitude. You want to have a good one. You want to be positive. You want to, you know, and so there are outside forces that'll try to change that attitude, but I just want you to realize having control over your attitude is a wonderful thing. We've all seen the grumpy dad that gets home from a long day of work and kicks the dog and sits on the couch. I'm like, hey, that is an option for your life. You can do that. No one's gonna stop you. While I'm thinking about it, look at this paper cut, and so I stuck a bunch of glue on it, and thankfully didn't glue my thumb to my other fingers in my sleep last night. I'm just playing with it. So I think you should have a wonderful attitude, and yeah, you're in Bakersfield. You want to change your latitude, go up north or south. Not that you can't go east and west, but I don't think that would change your latitude. That would change your longitude. But all that to say, you shouldn't have to run away from Bakersfield to be happy. You have 1 million things right at this moment. Even if you have a million things going wrong, you have a million things to celebrate. And so I think you should be focusing on those things. And maybe, just maybe, this is therapy for me to say, hey, Kyle, you should be focusing on the million things going right versus the million things that aren't going right. Oh, thanks, man. This guy's letting me turn. That's really nice. So, check yourself, people. Come to my class with a good attitude. If you're not going to class, have a good attitude. If you're in a bad attitude mood, hey, change something up. Change your perspective. You get to do whatever you're doing today. There will be a time where you do not get to go to school anymore because you don't have to. Some people sign up and go to college for 4 or 5 more years. What the heck? They get to, you know what I mean? So, whatever you're doing today, you get to do it. I hope your attitude's great. And if it's not, here's your quick reminder to control it. I want us all to leave this world and be like, dude, hey, we made the most of every stinking day, every second, and having a positive attitude will just make life seem not so long, if you know what I'm saying. So, hope you have a good Tuesday. It's my day. What'd I say? 12? 11? 12. It's my 12. If it's my 12, that means it's your 10. So, make the most of it, everybody. All 6 of you watching.